just build something that you can do it automatically in less than 1 second. You can test over 6,000 different combinations. Probably this is up to probably like 10,000 different types of combinations. Okay, got everything here for you. I'm looking to fund you. Okay, it's about education. Look up quant trading if you've never heard of it before. Quant trading. Look up walk forward optimization. Look up overfitting. Look up all these terms just to make sure that you're educating yourself about this stuff. Okay, so that's gonna do it for me. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Sign up down below, Discord, Telegram, Bybit. I got my link down there. I'm looking to fund people. Let's do it. All right, so thought about it this morning. I realized that the way that, at least from what I'm understanding, the way that he's doing it in Vector BT with I don't know. I think that at least the way I am doing mine, so what I need to do is take out the out of this order. I need to take out the stop loss. I need to take out this information. What I need to do is create a thing here, a tuple that is for stop losses. So there's like results is going to have to get, we're going to remove the stop losses. I mean, just any of the stops. And we're going to create a new class called all the stops. Something like this. QF. This will just be a named tuple. And this is actually going to end up having this. So that way I can pass this information back and forth. Right? So that way, what I think can happen here is that so we'll send the process order, we'll send the order, we'll send the account state, and then we'll send the stop information, right? And then that way, this we can send so we can still get all that same exact information, except here, when we're checking for the stop loss and stuff like that, when we're going to adjust the stop loss or any of this other stuff, we can return. So what we'll be doing is we'll be returning the account state, we'll be returning the order result, and then we'll also be returning the stop loss results. And then here it's going to be the same thing. We will return the stop loss tuple, and then we can send that to the process order in B. And so that way it'll be really easy. I think also too, we'll need to have this as like a, we'll be able to have these options like stop loss to break even. And this will be, I remember last time I was running into those issues with the booleans and stuff like that. I think now so here I think also too we would need something like stop loss to break even, stop loss BE trail. And this would be a boolean equals false. So God, I think there's some other things, but this is why it's like I need to pass this information along to each and every step of the way. And so yeah, I think because I was also thinking about this earlier because then I think at least the way he does in the free version, it doesn't really make that much sense. Because well, I mean it does make sense because in the free version, he does all of the stop loss processing and stuff like that outside of the order. And that's what I was also thinking from the very beginning. I was just like, man, I'm gonna have to do this. But I also think that this needs to be an array, not a float. It needs to be an array like all of these are going to need to be arrays. P dot array like this would be p dot array like this. I think that's how this goes. Right. Record array, optional. Let's see. Oh, so none of these have any default values. Oh, some of these do. Most of them don't. The order does. Hmm. Anyways, so I first need to build this. Okay. I need to build this. And then once I do that, I'll have to come over here and like, I'm gonna have to just redo everything. And I think what I'm also gonna do is remove, well, no, I'm not gonna mess with these, even though I need to, I'm not gonna really mess with these. I'm gonna have to mess with the order and, I feel like the order doesn't need the percent change. I think the result does. Anyways, we need to get this break even thing done. And yeah, also too, need to yeah, because in the pro version, everything is a flexible flex array 2D like flex array 2D like flex array 2D like everything is, which makes sense. That's what I was thinking as well. Yeah. Record array 2D, everything is 2D. Simulation, flex 2D, flex 2D. Good lord. Flexible 2D, flex 2D. Flex 2D, flex 2D. Do we have that here? Is there a flex 2D? Any array 2D? I don't know. We'll have to. I'm gonna have to start to move into the two-dimensional arrays as well sooner or later. But anyways, see. Let me get this. Yeah, the data types. There's an order data type, FS order data type, trade fields, log fields. Yeah, there's a stop loss info, trailing stop loss info data type, TP info data type. So yeah, all of that stuff is confirmed that I was thinking in the right direction. And so I don't know how long this is going to take, but I'm going to need to basically like restructure how all of this stuff works. And the only problem here is I don't know if this needs to be a 2D array. Well, I mean, I don't know what I don't know until it's done, so we'll see. So actually, now that I'm looking at it, I think these just need to be floats like the order. All of these need to be floats because I think the way it's going to work is I have this base that part from signals. Okay, so I think the way this works is we are out here and we create an order. So the order has these arrays, right? And so if we go to the order here, we have these arrays. And we send that to order everything QF, which is, for whatever reason, it's just, it says float here, but then it's font. Oh, I think that this is probably just going to be for documentation purposes, is why you have this like float equals thing. Because it's perfectly fine accepting arrays. The tuple can, I guess that you can send whatever you want to the tuple. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do Wait, what? What do you mean? What? What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, I have it set to regular expression. Let's look at this. I'll grab this. I'll replace this with float. this. Save. And we'll just do this for now. And so a part of me is just kind of like, just get the concept working. And then after that, you can figure it all out later. Because it doesn't really make any sense. I think this just has to do with, I guess there's a default value. I don't know. This is the part where it's like, I wish I knew what I was talking about or doing. I don't know any of this stuff. Like, what does this even mean? But I guess this is the default value because, I mean, this is the default value. Oh, so if it is the default value, then if I'm creating, it seems like if I go over here and I create like an account state, so all these order, if I create an account state, QF, so here I don't even need an order in BQF. I could just create this and then have the because if I created an order QF, then it would just create these as floats, and then that's where the problem would come into play, where it's like there is no default values for these floats. And so here, because if I go to the order, all this is taking this and turning it into this tuple, which is pointless. I might as well just create the tuple. Just like I don't have an account in B function. I don't have an account number function. I just have an account QF. And then here I just have this. So yeah, why not just create the name tuple here? Because here I'm sending this as not an array. So if I print this out, it'll just be that. And so I think over here, yeah, that's all I'm doing over here. So I might as well just set the default values for the array. So I guess I could just change this to np. I could just change this to pp array like, and then just set it like that. So I guess I'll do that. All right. So the problem here is that there's so many things to work on right now that I think I'm just going to leave everything alone and just work on these stop. Because I feel like the way to go about doing this is not going to be that difficult, I don't think. It's just gonna be a nightmare trying to like test this. Okay, so I think what I need to do is just think about this. So here we have this order equals this, and then we're going to say, so here we have this cart tester. So we need to start from the very beginning. Apart from signals, we're going to get an order. We're going to get a what is it? What do they call this? All right, so I think I'm going to have to take this from beginning to end and work it from the top down, or else I'm going to forget here. So I don't know what to call this. What did I call this? All the stops. Just call it all stops. And then we'll grab this. We'll put that here. And so we're gonna all the stops. I think I need to reload the thing. So all the stops, and then, oh boy. I'm gonna have to combine both of these into one tuple and do the Cartesian out of that, so that way I can send all this information. There's no way it's this easy. You just do plus. And then it just does this? There's no way it's that. There's no way. What? There's no way that's real. Oh my god, are you fucking joking? Well, I guess it is that easy. Just do the plus sign and what is this? No way. What? Well, alright, well, that solves a lot of problems. Anyways, I'm just gonna leave this off until I actually something happens. Okay, so where I'm at right now is I've changed up, order checker, the execute the order. I've added all the stops. So I've added this. Now the only question is, well, one of the questions is, does the long increase? Well, the long increase is going to have to return in all the stops. The long decrease is going to have to do that as well. But then after that, you have the process order in B, which here execute order, so we return all. So, but the thing here is like you have this order result, and so yeah, I think I'm going to need to have to send it, because what I'm thinking of is during this process here, we come all the way down to here, we're going to produce a stop loss thing. Then we will send that stop loss information down here, and then here we'll process the order, and then we'll send all the stops, and then we'll come back up to here, and then we could, yeah, I think just we're gonna have to do an account state order result, because even for vector BT in both versions, he basically does exactly what I said. He has an account state, he has an order result, and he has all of his stuff with stop losses and stuff like that. Because even in his order, there is nothing about stop loss. In his order, there is leverage mode and leverage. Then result. Yeah, so order result, all it has is size, price, fees, side, status, and status info. So yeah, everything seems to be done all within this actual like simulate. Because all of the stop loss stuff is outside of this. But seeing as how I have to keep passing the stop loss stuff all over the place, it would probably be better. Well, no, because he could have created a bunch of different functions for like the stop loss thing and all of this other stuff inside of vector BT, but he just didn't. And so I guess that's where what I'm doing is differently, is I'm just passing around that tuple all over the place. But maybe that's gonna come bite me in the ass later for as far as like memory goes. I think it's probably all the same thing. I don't know. Probably a memory. I don't know. That's what you get for only having like 2 months of coding. I don't know what I don't know what I'm doing. It'll be interesting actually to think about it. Maybe I'll be able to use some of the money to go and hire a data scientist who's really good with pandas and NumPy and all this other stuff, and have them just look at what I've created and just talk to them about it. But anyways, I think the process order is going to have to, so we have our stop order results, we'll have our stop loss, all the stops, and then we will pass that back up here. But I guess this would be like stop order result and then stop all the stop results. All the stops results or something. I don't know. I don't know what the whole process is going to be like, because here during this part, I guess I would need to send, well, no. That's what I was thinking about too, is that let's say that I did move my stop loss to break even. I come down here, let's see. Well, let's do it up here. Let's say that I move my stop loss to break even. So here I move my stop loss to break even or something like that. And then for whatever reason, I get into another trade right here. Well, so if my average entry is like here, and then I get into a trade here, what needs to happen is I get a new average entry. Well, let's say it would be something like right here. And then from there, I put the stop loss here, and then I go to the next part of the code, which would be this, check the stop loss and all this other stuff, and then all the stops. And then from there, if that were the case, so my average entry is here, my stop loss is here. Then if the price, I don't know, let's just say that this is enough for me to move my stop loss. So then once we get down to here and we check the stop losses and stuff like that, this is the part where we would move the stop loss to break even. So we would come through that part and we would process, we'd check this, we'd process the order, and we'd send back the new all the stops, right? And so the new all the stops has the stop loss right here now. And so every single time we go through the process, So now the new stop loss is right here. So I'm guessing every single time we go through the process of creating a new order, because we didn't get stopped out here, right? So we check if we got stopped out. If we didn't get stopped out, we check to see if we need to move the stop loss to break even. If we need to move the stop loss to break even, we move it to break even. And then that's what I guess happens here or happens here. I'm not sure where it happens. And then, yeah, I'm not sure where it happens. And then if we come back up here, let's say that so there are no more trades, and then we get stopped out, right? We get stopped out right here. But the main thing is like, the entering multiple times and having to recalculate where the stop loss goes to break even. Because let's say that I get in here, stop loss to break even is here. Then we get into another trade here. We have to get the average entry. We'll put the stop loss here, and then we'll check to see if it's time to move the stop loss back to break even. So yeah, I think like that constant rechecking is going to be good, because I just don't see a world where it's like, anyways, I think this should work. This is why I also, after I'm done with this, I need to work on the Plotly animation, because this is just too difficult to like, I can't, this trying to go through and debug what's happening in this with the stop loss and stuff, it just by looking at numbers is going to be the worst experience in the entire universe. So for the sake of being able to do simple replays, I'm gonna yeah, 100%. So like being able to just grab this section right here, running the code on just this section and watching the animation happen of like, do I get in here, da 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 da, that's gonna be, oh man, that's gonna be life changing. Nobody has that. Nobody has that replay function. I mean, they have the replay function here, but it's not a replay function of the backtest. So we'll see if I can do that. I'm pretty damn sure I can. But anyways, I gotta go. So I don't really have any updates because now I'm just going through the process of just trying to get this thing to work, which is going to be forever. Unexpected keyword argument risk reward. How is that possible? Oh, risk rewards. So yeah, this is gonna be a nightmare. So now I'm at a point where we have this situation happening where it says float object has no attribute size. But then I'm wondering, how the hell did this actually work this entire time when if I go to order everything here, the defaults for a lot of this stuff is just a float. So how in the world was I able to get away with it here? So order everything, and I just had it set like this. For x in order, x times equals x dot size. But most all of these things in order are not, they don't become an array until you get to here. So how the hell was I able to do that here? Wait, what? For x in order, n times equals x dot size. How is this possible? How is it possible that I was able to do that? How is that even, how is that possible? All of these things were floats for the order. What? But now for some reason I can't when I do this plus thing? What? Trying to debug over here. How is that even possible? I'm still getting that error. How is that possible? How is that possible? I have absolutely no idea how that's possible. Unless I went through. No, it says you 5 days ago. You 3 weeks ago. You 3 weeks ago. How then? How was it possible? How was it possible to do that then? How? How is this possible? I am so confused on how this was possible. Okay, okay. The reason why was because I sent it. I used to send it through the this. That's why. And it would turn all of these things into arrays. Okay. Makes sense. So now I gotta go back over here, put everything. So which one do I do? Well, I guess, do I change each one of these things to an array? Or do I create an unnecessary function that does it? Oh, yeah. I guess I just turn all these things into an array. Yeah. Raise rejection. Anyways, I just realized I made a massive mistake. This right here, I accidentally, instead of changing it to allstops.tp percents, I changed everything to stop loss percents. So you can see here, this is, oh man, that's not good. Shit, that's terrible. Oh boy. Oh, wait. Oh, boy. Thank God this thing exists. What? Oh. Well, let's go over to 3. Wait. Which one is it? 613. Oh. Oh, boy. Why is there this? Why is this thing? Why is it highlighted order like that? Oh, this is also not good here. I fucked everything up. So I guess this is a good lesson. Instead of doing it halfway, just make sure you put the whole entire thing. Because I messed up on trailing stop losses, I messed up on take profits, I messed up on all this shit. So I'm gonna have to go through this whole thing. Yeah. Look at how disgusting this is. Here, and here. And then it's like here, and here. I can't believe I did this. How is this even possible? Oh god, this is gonna... At least it looks like it's just this last part right here. Because I think I took care of this risk to reward. Yeah, this is fine. And then here it's not, but I fixed that. And then this whole section here. What is this, 689? You cannot have stop loss percent and stop loss price to trailing stop loss to profit. This needs to be T. TP. I think everything else should be fine. Oh boy. This is going to be fun. Fun for all. Let's move a lot of this stuff here. That way we can make it go faster. Got an unexpected argument price. Where's that at? Order result. Buy function 229. 229. Price. What? Order result. We don't have price anymore inside of order result? Oh. Yes, okay. So I went through and cleaned up this. So I'm gonna have to create an order, and then I'm also gonna have to create an order result. Oh man. So I think after I do this break even thing, after I do this and the break even thing, and then I fix the trailing stop loss, then after that I have to go through and just clean up all of this stuff. Well, I'm gonna do the break even, I'm gonna do the trailing stop loss, and then we'll do the animation. And then once all that's done, we gotta go through and clean up all of this shit. Because this is going to get, I mean, it's already messy enough. But if it gets any more messy than it is right now, it's going to be an absolute nightmare. So let's see. Okay, so we got the price. Let's see what happens now. Risk reward. Wait, what is going on here? Okay, let's try again. All stops. All stops. All right, well, we are here. This thing. We don't even need this. We just need to create a new tuple. Price equals. Oh. All stops. This will be all stops. This will be order result. So let's learn our lesson here. So we see here. Order. So we do this, we do this. We say order. Grab this. And we change that to this. Change this to this. And change this to this. There we go. There we go. So we are basically here at the check stop loss. I can't believe, how did I miss this whole thing? But we got to go through, and I think we just need to create the new tuple. We don't need this, because that's going to send it back and then create the whole array and all this other shit. We don't need the array. We just need the actual float value. But that might be a bitch later on because this is array like. This is array like, and so maybe in the future this is gonna come and bite me in the ass if we upgrade to like 2D arrays. But well, array like can be 2D array as well. Array like can be anything. Literally, this can be anything. I don't know. Oof. Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to meet some people that will be able to school me on this stuff. But anyways. All right, it is pretty late here. The digestive system is really going insane. Where did we leave off? Trying to figure out what we're gonna do here. Oh man. Shit. I'm wondering, do I just call the because literally all I'm doing is changing the price and the order type. This is an absolute shit show here. Like, do I really want to send an entire tuple to this, then create a whole new order with just the order type, and then the price? All I'm doing is sending the price and the order type. Oh my god. Ah. But even for this, I guess this is also where I would have to set it to true and all of that other stuff, so. Alright, so I have to remind myself this is not the time where I'm cleaning all this stuff up. It's the time where I'm just getting it done, so it does look like I'm gonna have to just resend everything. It's disgusting. I don't even need to send the alls. I guess I do. Check stop loss, take profit in BQF. So here, I guess we should first check to see. I guess inside of here, we would have to check first if the. Well, no, here we're going to check to see if the stop loss was hit. Wait, what are we doing here? I don't want to record right now because I can't think. So now we're running into these, you can't have take profit set when you're using risk to reward. I'm kind of thinking of doing what he did, which is like just going in here and just removing all of this, and then just, oh, man, like storing the stop loss as a variable and stuff like that. Might be easier, but then I'd have to change like all the process order MB and all that other stuff. So that's the problem. I don't know what the solution is to this, because then when I process the order, it's going to check to see if there's a risk to reward. And if there's a risk to reward and there's a take profit, so I guess that's why I need to have I said this last time, it's like I'm going to need to have a order checker, and then I'm going to have like a stops checker. But a part of me wants to remove that. You can't have a risk to reward in a. Well. Oh, you know what? I could change this. What is it, 61 here? So here I would say else if 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 it is an entry, or if this is an entry, then check for this. If it's not an entry, then who cares? So I guess I could do this and say L if are we doing order result? What are we doing? Order. And order or so if it's a so if it is a long order or a long entry or short entry, then check to make sure that this is a thing. If not, I'm 90,000% sure I'm going to run into more problems. Because here we're going to have the same problem. We're going to have a stop loss price set, and we're going to have this set. Yeah, this is it's not going to work here. Um, We may have to do this. If it's this, then check. Yeah. I feel like there's no other way that if we can make it past all this stuff. Anyways, we'll have to clean it up later. I just don't know when it's gonna get to the point where it's like, okay, now it's time to clean all this stuff up. Because this is it's gonna get nuts. I guess I just need proof of concept and then also so here it's like if the stop losses were not hit, then I'd have to go over to the process order in B. I feel like I'm kind of thinking I just need to go ahead and check to see if it's I think there needs to be like a process order and then there needs to be a process stops in B. And in the process order only it does this and we just take this out and we just remove execute order MB because there's no point of this. And inside of this we just check the order, and then after that we check whether it's a short or a long, and then if it's a short you send it to the short, and if it's a long you send it to the long, because this is pointless. Well, it's not pointless, but I mean I would be guess it does make sense. But then how do I deal with what type of order is this in? I think I just need to write it out on paper because this is so confusing. And I think that there needs to be a difference between processing an order and processing a take profit. Or processing a stop loss. I think the problem is I just don't understand. I need to write this down because I don't understand the logic behind all this. Like first you do this, then you check 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 this. Because then it's like, if we check this, and none of the stop losses were hit, but we did end up moving the, that's another thing too, is like if we move the stop loss to break even, well then we need to process the order differently, I think. But I guess that's where I need to write all this stuff down, so I'm going to do that. Yeah, I thought I'm kind of losing it with this part. I kind of want to just tear down the whole thing and start over again, but I did start this part. And then I got lost watching jazz, and then I started reminiscing about all of the time that's gone down the drain. And then I saw a video of me basically saying, hey, you're going to regret that you didn't take care of your stomach. And then I wanted to freak out, but then I realized that person that was in that video in 2018 didn't know that I was a crazy compulsive eater. And during that whole entire time, took me a while. This was in 2018, so like 6 years ago. And I still would, and I'm sitting here watching it saying, I said in the video, if you would have just taken care of your stomach 4 years ago, you're going to look back at this and be like, God damn it, why didn't I do that? And now it's almost 5 years later since I made that video. So it's like 9 years ago, 9 years of this shit. But that's no different, even though this really sucks. That's no different than, anyways. So here I'm just writing this out and trying to figure out how to actually go about. So even in his thing, it's like you have to check if you're in a position. Once we're in this position, what do we do? You know, we have to check if our stop loss was hit, or any of our stops were hit. Then if it wasn't, then we check to see if we have moved to break even set to true. And if we do, then if it hasn't been moved, wait. This is wrong. Well, I don't know. This is just a rough graph. So if it has not been moved and the low is greater than some type of percent, some percent plus extra percent from zero loss calc, then move to break even true, and stop loss price equals new price thing. Then from there, so if it has not been moved to break even, and the low is this, then do this. Else, if it has been moved, the price stays the same of the stop loss. anyways, this is the part where I'm at, trying to figure out this logic, writing it in pseudocode. And I'm gonna have to figure out the pseudocode part before I do anything else, because this is just so confusing. And then from here, I can figure out how to go about doing this, because then I'm gonna have to take stop loss price and oh yeah. Because over here, I have it set to say that if the order size is nan. So yeah, we will get to that point, because if it's nan, then we just skip this, which means we didn't hit any stop losses, we didn't do any of that other stuff. But then the problem becomes, how do I send this is why it might be better to just do what he did, which is like have all of that stop loss stuff, have all of that stuff outside of all of this shit. Because then it's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to deal with all of this stuff. Because you have to get the stop loss price based, well, I mean, that's what he does as well. He gets the stop loss price based on the, man, oh man, oh man, oh man. I think I might have to tear down this whole thing. And just write all the code here. But then the problem with doing with any of this stop loss stuff is that I'm just gonna have to look at how he does it again, because I don't know, I might even have to eventually take all of this stop loss stuff, even I might have to bring it even outside of all of this, but then it's like I'd have to somehow get the average entry. But I think he does all of this average entry stuff outside of processing the order. Because I don't. Like, all of this stuff inside of here requires a whole bunch of stuff, so but even then it's like this long increase, you're gonna have to, if you get into another position, you're going to have to recalculate the stop loss and all this other stuff based off of average entry, and then you're gonna still have to come into here and check. Oh, you're still gonna have to come in here and check all of this stuff. And so I think that this can remain separate, because you're always going to have to get the new updated stop loss from this part. But then here, I think I would need I guess that could still work if we return a new all stop. Yeah, anyways, I'm gonna have to do some thinking, and I'm gonna have to spend a lot of time here.